We'll get you more stories from Chennai, but right now we're turning our attention to another important story we've picked up from Gujarat, where in fact legends of cricket in India enjoy the status of gods. Champions of other sports are quite often neglected. A neglected young shooter from Gujarat, Pushpa Gupta, who won gold, silver and bronze medals in various national level competitions, is having to sell noodles on the roadside in Vadodara to make a living. No funds to continue the sport. The 21-year-old shooter is selling noodles from a cart from which her medals are hanging to attract customers. She says that after her NCC course ended, she wasn't able to continue with the sport as it was way too expensive, and the financial aid from NCC also ended. It has been a year and a half since she has handled a rifle and even been able to train for the sport in which she's won gold, silver and bronze. Radhika Tungar is now joining us with more details. Radhika, you know, as this former athlete was pointing out, Pushpa's expertise could have been utilized elsewhere because she was in need of money. She's having to sell chow mein on the roadside in Vadodara, but she's a sharpshooter. She could have been utilized elsewhere. Is this kind of neglect generally seen in India and nothing done about it?
You know, Maha, as far as Pushpa is concerned, she's a shooter who's a national level shooter, probably taken part in a lot of state competitions. A lot of these athletes do not even know what rights do they have, what they are entitled to. That is one of the problems that the athletes have. As far as her getting jobs is concerned, yes, the Sports Authority of India has a plan in place. Medals at the national level, international level, they get certain amount of reward, and of course a lot of job opportunities in PSUs as well. So of course, as far as Pushpa is concerned, she's not the first athlete. We've seen a lot of players who after their time is up, or even if they've not really shine at the international level, they do not get what they are due, you know. But of course the athletes are also negligent. The authorities on their part don't really go ahead and look at every athlete who's performing well. So of course there are options that the government has put out, but the athletes also need to go and ask the government. Pushpa needs to go and put her case in front of the Sports Authority of India. That is something that the athletes also need to know and be educated about.
Yes, and perhaps there's lack of awareness also, Radhika, on the part of athletes. Perhaps she doesn't even know she has these kind of rights. Radhika, I'll come back to you, but let's quickly listen into what Pushpa Gupta's father has to say. That's a sad story there, Radhika. Many thanks for joining us with those details. And as Radhika pointed out, there is need to raise awareness among athletes as well, that they have rights, they can get better jobs, which will better utilize their talent as well as help them keep undergoing their training in the particular sports that they excel in. Let's move on now and go back to our top focus, Chennai. Amidst a sea of misery, individuals, families and students have managed to come out of the disaster-struck city to safer places like Bangalore. IT professionals of various companies in Chennai have made their way home to Bangalore, relieved to be out of the waterlogged regions of Chennai. Here, the survivors recount the horrors of the Chennai floods.
Gangster and terrorist Don Dawood Ibrahim claims he has received a threat message from Dawood's aide Chota Shakil on Thursday. This after he had shown interest in buying.
नमस्कार, बहुत स्वागत है आपका। आप देख रहे हैं किस्मत कनेक्शन और मैं हूं आपके साथ शैलेंद्र पांडे। बात इसी चरित्र की होगी, इसी चरित्र के चक्कर की होगी कि आखिर कौन से ग्रह बनाते हैं आपको चरित्रवान।